Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I wanted to do a quick run through of what I'm using in June, and you'll see it's a little different. Obviously I move in and out of planners and styles as my life changes or as I want to experiment with things. So right now I'm in a traveler's notebook kick, and you'll probably remember this from my last video because I was in that in a ring planner, but I am getting ready to do a bunch of traveling in June, and so working in a traveler's notebook, which, yeah, the irony is not lost on me. Anyway, so this is actually a very similar setup to what I had before. It's just a different cover. I wanted something a little more bright, I guess, for the summer. So let me just talk about this book really quick here. So I'm sure most of you recognize A Hobonichi Weeks. And I actually started out using this mostly just for planning out my YouTube channel and what I was doing as far as Etsy goes. That's why I have a pencil attached to it, because I keep erasing and moving things around. But when I decided not to carry both the ring planner and my traveler's notebook, I started actually using the week pages here. I had started out again in pencil with what I wanted to do as far as Etsy and YouTube, but then I just switched using the pen I have in my normal traveler's notebook, just keeping track again as usual of what my appointments are, any like daily to-dos that I have to do on that day. I had just copied down a prayer that had appealed to me that I was reading. So this is basically just kind of a notes page. And I did, if you remember from my ring planner, I actually had put in boxes here permanently, and I actually do miss that. So I will probably go back to those pages, or on an alternate thing, find a way to actually create them in my traveler's notebook. I haven't gotten there yet though. Anyway, so again, same sort of thing, just using this as the weeks. I may at some point come back and put my daily stuff back here, but to be honest, I kind of like the little booklet I've been working in my traveler's notebook. So let's talk about this really quick. So this is a Webster's Pages. I actually have a Foxy Fix on order in black, but it can take up to 30 days. I actually have a blue cover for this one. They're both the Boss Babe leathers. The black one I believe is Madison, the blue is Kate. So anyway, both of those I'm still waiting on. I've just thrown some of the Cocoa Daisy stuff here in the front. I pulled the list of projects that I had out of my ring planner. Actually, I've already transferred these, so I can take that out. I just have a few pages of note paper stuck here in the front in case I need them. So I think I've rearranged a few things and added some stuff. The first section is still my monthly, month on 2 pages booklet. So I sometimes will add decorations and things that month, but this is mostly just for future planning, extra functional, and that's about it. The next one also has not changed. This is from, if I remember correctly, Paper and Cats, and this is a monthly tracker, and this was something that Ink Imperfections had designed with the shop owner. And I actually really like having all the trackers in one section. I don't have to flip through to the month, to the week, to whatever. It's all here in one place. So I feel like I've kind of figured out how I'm using it. So I have my daily habits that I'm trying to establish here. There are lines. When I printed this out on my laser printer, the lines didn't print out super clear. I'm still using it, it's okay, but I know for next time I'll print it on my inkjet printer. This is a thing that happens with my laser printer, so it has no reflection on the shop's printables, because there are actually better lines. This is just my printer. Anyway, on the left side here is, I'm just jotting down things. So let's take June, for example. I'm out of town here, and I'm out of town at the end of the month. And I've actually gone ahead this time and just put dots on the things that I know I won't be doing while I'm out of town. So I don't have these swaths of blank. I actually went back and filled in the quiet time checks, but I started using this, I think, around the middle of May. So that's why there's just giant holes. But I've just made notes about things that might mean that I'm not home or I'm not doing things that I would normally be doing. So, and then on this side, I have the weekly tasks. So some of the dailies, but definitely all of these are from Clean Mama, her cleaning schedule, which I'll show you a little bit more about in a second. I have weekly tasks. So Mondays, bathrooms, Tuesday, dust the house, Wednesday, vacuum, Thursday, wash floors, Friday's kind of a catch-all day, then Saturday, changing and washing sheets and towels. She has monthly tasks that she has at the bottom of her calendar pages. And so they kind of rotate through. I'll show you also where those are. She has kind of a focus for the month, and then I'm keeping track of other projects I'm working on. So at home, June is for doing deep cleaning for the bedroom, and I'm working on lease renewals at work. And then part of her bedroom focus, she has some specific tasks. So I've written those in here. So this is kind of like my catch-all one spot for kind of like what I should be doing for the day, mostly home-related stuff. So that's how I'm using these. So then my next section is one that I put together. So it's essentially my monthly inserts where I had merged in the Clean Mama tasks. This is very similar to information here. Sometimes I will transfer information back and forth, but I do find it's nice just to look here and check things off, just as a quick reference for what I should be doing that day. We're also looking at hotspots this month, which for me, my dining table, my morning desk, and my kitchen counters tend to be our hotspots. That's where stuff goes to sit. So anyway, I have those for each month, and I had put blank pages in between in case I wanted to write the focus housekeeping tasks. I think when I do these next, I won't do that, which will make it slimmer, just because I'm putting that information here, and I also have it elsewhere. There seems to be a lot of duplication in here, but I think it's because I'm still figuring out my system. Let's be honest. All right, so this is a printable that I bought from Clean Mama. You can see her name here. The Homekeeping and Cleaning Kit. And then what I did is I actually copied and pasted it into a format that I could keep in here. I did that in InDesign. But I believe this printable is $10, which is really reasonable, and you get all of this information in here. So she has her explanation about her cleaning routine, about, doing a little something every single day so you don't get super far behind. She talks about her daily cleaning tasks, which are making beds, checking floors, wiping counters, dealing with a little bit of clutter, and then doing a load of laundry every day. I actually don't usually have enough laundry to do a load every single day, but I'm at least going to check and see if I do. And then she talks about her weekly cleaning tasks. So Mondays, I think I mentioned this already, cleaning bathrooms. Tuesdays, dusting the house. Wednesday, vacuuming the floors. Thursday, washing all the floors. Friday, catch-all day. And then Saturday, sheets and towels. So she also has a rotating cleaning checklist. So this information is what I transferred to this monthly section here. So that's where I got it from. And you'll see that I am, because I figured, well, first of all, I noticed that there was some hyphenation stuff that I didn't get taken out of here. So I've actually already recreated this and fixed that. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to reprint this eventually anyway, I'm just going to check the boxes. So I could use this as like a perpetual thing, but why? I can just print a new one out each year. So this is the monthly focus, and then the tasks that go along with that. She does have a homekeeping society that I'm a member of that actually has a lot of things in letter size printables that has all of this. It has like a meal planning calendar and stuff like that. But again, I actually liked this printable because it was just a quick reference for each month. So I can go ahead and put everything together for the entire year instead of waiting for it to release. So May was garage or basement. We cleaned out our garage last weekend. Oh my gosh, what a mess. We had a lot of rain this summer, or a lot of rain this winter, and we had a mice infestation in our garage. Thankfully, most of our stuff in there is in plastic tubs, but what wasn't in plastic tubs, they managed to get into and make a mess of. So anyway, it's all cleaned out now, thankfully, but it took us all day. It was really bad. So we did get our garage cleaned, thankfully. I do still want to have my car washed and vacuum the floors, although I did do that, I believe, last month, so it's not as bad as it could be. And then looking forward to June, we'll be, as I mentioned it previously, we'll be in the bedroom. So there's that. And then back here, she has quick clean checklists. So like, I need to clean the kitchen. What should I do? Here's the supplies I need, and kind of here's an order of like how to clean it and make sure you kind of hit everything. So she has that for kitchen appliances, bathrooms, bedrooms, living spaces, and then like a whole house quick clean checklist. And then this I grabbed from something I downloaded many years ago. I think it was many years ago. Maybe it was just in January, but she had a declutter challenge, and so I kind of reformatted it so it would fit here, because I do want to do that. I am trying to kind of streamline my house a little bit, and then it was just kind of a summary here of everything you'd be doing. So that's pretty much, I mean, it's my monthly calendar, but then it's also kind of my cleaning section, so my home cleaning and organization sort of thing. I have my reference section here, which I've actually modified. Every time you see this, I do something a little different. I noticed from my ring planner that I had my vision board that when I stopped using it, it wasn't going to transfer forward. So I added that in here, and then I put my goals down at the bottom. Then I have my master task list, weekly routine. I will link the video down below where I went over all of this. I have my budget, which is here. I went ahead and put 2 of them in because it does change periodically, and I don't want to have to reprint it when it changes. I have, which I'm not going to show, all the phone numbers for people at work. So if I need to get a hold of somebody, I have their cell phone number. It's in my cell phone, but sometimes I don't get things updated when we get new employees. And so if I go to call somebody, it still has the old person's name attached to the cell phone. So that way I always have a current list. And then lastly, I have my rule of life from my Daughters of the King. Not membership, but that was something I worked on as a part of that organization. All right. So this booklet is the one I was talking about that at some point may get replaced by the Hobonichi Weeks in the back. But this is a lot thinner, even though it's actually pretty much the same size. But I like having just like a quick little booklet. I can pull this in and out. It fits really nicely in here. And this is pretty much, some of this will be blurred, but I'll just go ahead and flip through and I'll blur out the appropriate parts. So there's an index at the beginning. I have kind of a week. I've changed the week a little bit. So we originally, earlier this week, were supposed to go to Idlewild to a cabin. So much stuff has happened. I mentioned in my last video a lot of personal stuff. Just a quick note, my husband was laid off and now he has a contract job in Texas. So this got scratched, and so we're going apartment hunting for him so we can find him a place to live for the next year. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and there'll be a lot of traveling and all that jazz. So my life is in upheaval at the moment. But anyway, so I have a page, pretty much a page per day. Sometimes if I don't have a lot going on, I'll combine days. For earlier this week, I just kind of transferred forward everything from here that hadn't been done, just so I had a place to do that. I actually just got back from dropping Emma off at my mom's house, because she's taking Emma down to my sister's house, because my sister's going to watch her for the weekend, and my mom is taking Joey. So hopefully all of that goes well. So then I was mostly on vacation this last week. So Monday was Memorial Day. I got a lot of cleaning stuff done. I mentioned in my last video that I was tracking a lot of my eating using the app ATE, ATE. But something I'm trying is actually just writing down what I've been eating as a bullet journal style as a part of the day, because then I can just look back and see, how did I eat? Well, so anyway, that's something I'm trying. I actually haven't been really good about putting it in there, but that's okay. I am trying to get used to putting that information in. We also went and saw John Wick 3 on Monday, which it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. a lot of violence in it and everything like that. But it's interesting to me, the choreography for a lot of the gunplay and things like that, and having watched some of the background videos on Keanu Reeves and seeing that he can actually do a lot of that, like real life, and hit targets and things like that. So it's a testament to his skill level as far as it's not just movie magic, but it's real. Like, he actually can run a course and actually hit targets. And so anyway, neither here nor there. So Tuesday I was at home again. I had just kind of a nice day. I had a massage appointment at Hair Appointment, and then I went dancing in the evening. Wednesday, we were just kind of, another stay-at-home day. I worked from home a little bit. Thursday I did go into the office just because I'm going to be gone part of next week. So I left some notes for a meeting. Emma went in and had her blood work done because she's being spayed next week. Anyway, and then that leaves us here for Friday. So as you can see, things kind of bled over to the rest of the page, and that's fine, no big deal. And I've mentioned this in previous videos, but this is one of those pockets from Amazon. I have two of them in here. This one has card slots. This one is actually just like a full pocket on either side. But these full pockets, these weeks notebooks, the one that I made, but also the actual week's notebook itself, if I take the pen out of the back, or pencil in this case, and tuck that in, this will actually fit in here with the cover on cover as well. So it's actually kind of a nice thing to be able to tuck that in and just pull it in and out really quick, because it's hard to write like this because of, where it sits. So I just pull this out at the office and when I'm using it, and then tuck it back in when I get ready to go someplace. Anyway, so my next insert is my meal planner and grocery list. Again, this is from Paper and Cats also. I haven't filled out the first section. It has a spot for favorite meals, breakfast ideas, lunch ideas, and snack ideas, but I have been using the weekly meal planning. So it has a spot for dinners, breakfast, lunch, and snacks, meal prep list, which I actually really do like this because I can make a note if I have to pull something out of the freezer. I was originally going to make soup, so I was going to make chicken broth because I have chicken bones in the freezer to do that, but I ended up not. Anyway, and then I have, you'll notice a lot of these things just clip together. It makes it easier to flip. I had a clip back here. I guess I took it off. But it had this page clipped to this page. So it held these together so I could just quickly flip back and forth. Oh, it's right here. I took it off, I guess, when I opened this up. Actually, no, that's not it. I had a smaller clip. But anyway, this is what it looked like. So I could just quickly, if I wanted to get to my habit page, which is what this is, H for habits, and then that cleaning. All right. Back to back here. So this is just more of the same. And then the next insert is actually for my project tracking. So I just basically right now have a page per project. And so when I'm doing my weekly review and trying to figure out kind of what my next actions are, what I need to be working on, I can flip back to here and just see if I have kind of what my next task is on these. And if I want to brainstorm and write things down, I have room to do that. And this is 64 pages. I believe this is actually an insert. Yeah, this is an insert I created. It's just a dot grid with an index in the front so that I can reference that if I want to go back and put down what the projects are. Now, if you ask where I'm keeping my tasks, I actually have set aside a few pages in the back here where I have kind of a list of things for office. And I set aside like 4 or so pages, and then I have a list for home. So essentially things that don't get done in the front of the book and don't need to be done like that week, because I'll write down things on days as they occur to me, and then during the weekly review, if it hasn't been bumped forward to a different day, I'll just write it back here. So I kind of at least have a running task list of things that need to be done at some point, but not necessarily like that week. So tasks are in the back of this book here, and then I have this book with projects. And in the far back, I have a 5-year planner, and I got this from Anthology Notes. I mentioned this, I think, in my last setup video. But essentially, I've just gone through and written down birthdays, travel that I know that I'm doing, and then holidays, especially ones that move, like Easter and Thanksgiving. So I can look ahead and see when Easter is for the next 5 years or so. So that's all that's in there right now. I can use it for other things if I want to. But mostly it's just so I know what is coming up. So if somebody says, oh, we have something going on in June, I know June is usually when we have Apartmentalize, which is the education conference. So I can see that in 2022, it's going to be back here in San Diego. In 2021, it's going to be in Chicago, which is where my husband's family lives in Illinois. So I keep mentioning it to him to remind him, because we may plan a trip during that time to visit his family. So that sort of thing is just nice to have a heads up as far as what's going on and where it will be. So that is my setup. If I think about it, I'm kind of already starting to be like one book July. It occurred to me today that I may go ahead and take this Hobonichi Weeks style, because I've already created a personal size insert, which I know I keep talking about listing it in my store. I will be soon. But I'm also thinking that I'm going to create a booklet style similar to this. Granted, this is just dot grid, but in this week's size. I don't know if it will be exactly the same layout as the Hobonichi Weeks, or if it'll be the same layout as I have in my personal size, because the personal size actually, each one of these boxes is like one box bigger, and I actually like having the extra room. And I did put a post on Instagram and asked for everybody's opinions. I didn't have too much of a response, but everybody that responded did say they wanted the extra box. The only difference would be the date stickers would not fit. So if you're a sticker user, the date boxes or the date stickers would have a little bit of space on each side. And I don't know how much that matters to people. I mean, unless you buy the one strip ones, if the individual ones, you could just kind of center in the middle of that. So just out of curiosity, I'll ask here too. If I make a booklet style of the Hobonichi Weeks, would you want it to be this exact size, or would you want it to be that one box bigger? Let me know in the comments below, and that way I'll know kind of what to create, because I will pretty sure be creating one that's a booklet style that will fit into my traveler's notebook. All right, I think that catches you up. I know it seems like I change planners and styles quite a bit, but I just really do it based on what my life is like. And right now it's nice just to grab this. I'm, for whatever reason, really loving the notebook style and kind of having it all together. I know I can't take things in and out. It might actually have something to do with the fact that I am left-handed and I don't have to dodge rings and pull pages and all of that sort of stuff. It's just kind of here when I just open it up and write. But, you know, I don't know. I just am really loving this style right now, and I have personal sizes, but I actually am really enjoying the standard size traveler's notebook. And you can probably blame it, I think I mentioned in my last video, on Ink Imperfections, because her videos are kind of what got me started at looking at this size. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye!